You know that 3 p.m. feeling? The one where your brain stops forming complete sentences and starts whispering cookie on a loop? Where you genuinely consider arm wrestling a toddler for a piece of chocolate? What if I told you that craving has almost nothing to do with willpower? It's not a character flaw, it's a hormonal signal. And in women, it's wired completely differently than it is in men. Which means most of the advice you've heard about handling it was never designed for your body in the first place. Here's what actually happens. Day by day, system by system. When a woman cuts sugar for 30 days. And I promise you, the changes go way beyond the number on the scale. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's happening inside your body during each phase of a 30-day sugar reset, hormonally, metabolically, and visibly. And you'll have a 5-step plan to start yours today. Let's start where everyone starts. Day 1. And let's be honest, it's rough. Your body has been running on a constant drip of glucose. Think of it like an IV of quick energy that never shuts off. And on day 1, you rip that IV out. Sugar triggers dopamine, the same feel-good chemical that fires when you fall in love or scroll into the perfect meme at midnight. When you stop delivering it, dopamine drops. Hard. Your brain sends every emergency signal it has. Headaches, irritability, that heavy, foggy, why did I agree to this feeling? Here's the part that matters for us specifically. Women's brains have more estrogen-sensitive dopamine receptors. When dopamine dips, we feel it more intensely, more emotionally. It's not in your head. It's in your neurochemistry. Think of it like this. Your body's been paying for energy with a credit card, and you just canceled it. For the first few days, your system is frantically searching for another way to pay the bill. It will find one, but right now, it's panicking. Now, here's a strategy most people never mention. If you have a menstrual cycle, when you start matters. If you're in your luteal phase, the 2 weeks before your period, progesterone is already cranking up your demand for quick fuel. Starting a sugar reset here is like trying to quit coffee on 2 hours of sleep. Instead, start in your follicular phase right after your period ends, when estrogen is rising and cravings are naturally at their lowest. Work with your hormones, not against them. You've survived 3 days. Now, here's the truth about what comes next, and why most women quit before the magic happens. Days 4 and 5 are the absolute peak of cravings. And the cruelest part? It feels like it's getting worse, not better. Most people who abandon a sugar reset quit right here, not because their body can't handle the change, but because they mistake a hormonal signal for genuine hunger. Those are very different things. Here's what's happening. Your ghrelin, your hunger hormone, is spiking because your body is relearning what normal hunger feels like without insulin swings jerking it around all day. At the same time, something wild is happening in your gut. The bacteria that thrive on sugar are dying off, and as they go, they release compounds that trigger cravings. It's their survival tactic. Distress signals begging you to feed them. Picture your gut as a boardroom. The sugar-addicted employees just got their termination notice, and they are losing it. Firing off emails, banging on desks, pulling the fire alarm. But by day 6 or 7, the healthier bacteria are quietly taking over the meeting. The room calms down, and your insulin sensitivity starts to improve. But here's the women-specific piece that changes everything. We're more susceptible to ghrelin spikes than men. And in women, cortisol rises right alongside cravings. Creating a loop, craving triggers stress. Stress triggers emotional eating feeds the craving. This is why just push through it fails most women. It completely ignores the cortisol piece. What do you do instead? Every meal this week needs 25 to 30 grams of protein plus a healthy fat, avocado, olive oil, a handful of nuts, and add a 10-minute walk after your biggest meal each day. Just 10 minutes. It blunts the cortisol spike better than almost anything else you can do. This isn't about grinding through the pain. It's about giving your hormones a softer landing. And then something shifts. Somewhere around day 8, you wake up and your alarm doesn't feel like a personal attack. Your afternoon slump, that daily energy crater that used to send you to the vending machine, it just isn't there. This is the turning point most people don't see coming. Without constant sugar, your pancreas stops overproducing insulin. Stable insulin means stable blood sugar, which means your brain gets steady fuel instead of a roller coaster. It's like switching from a flickering light bulb to a steady LED. Same energy, but now it's consistent. Your body finally trusts that the power isn't going to cut out every 2 hours. Your mitochondria are also getting better at burning fat for fuel, a process called metabolic flexibility. Your body is learning to run on a cleaner, more sustainable source of energy. Here's where it gets really interesting for women. Chronically high insulin suppresses something called SHBG, sex hormone-binding globulin. It sounds technical, but what SHBG does is simple. It keeps your estrogen and testosterone in balance. When insulin crushes SHBG, you end up with excess free estrogen, testosterone imbalances. And if that sounds familiar, those are major drivers of PCOS symptoms, hormonal acne, and irregular cycles. When insulin stabilizes, SHBG starts coming back. Your hormonal rhythm smooths out. Many women notice more predictable cycles within 2 to 3 months of sustained low-sugar eating. This phase is where you start to feel the shift that blood work would eventually confirm. So, your energy is up, your mood is better, your cravings are quieter. But until now, most of these changes have been invisible. You feel them. You can't see them. Week 3 is when that changes. Your skin starts to clear. The puffiness around your face, the kind that makes you look tired even when you're not, softens. Your clothes fit differently around the waist. And I want to be precise here. This isn't fat loss yet. That's coming. What's happening right now is inflammation leaving your body. Sugar drives a process called glycation. Glucose molecules latch onto the collagen and elastin in your skin and damage them. These damaged proteins are called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. And yes, the acronym is appropriate because they literally age you. Removing sugar slows the process and lets your skin start repairing. Think of sugar aging your skin the way sun damage does. Slowly, invisibly, and then all at once. Quitting sugar is like applying sunscreen from the inside. At the same time, lower insulin means less androgen activity, which means less of the oil that clogs pores and causes breakouts. If you've dealt with hormonal acne along your jawline and chin, this is the piece your dermatologist might not be telling you. Topical treatments help the surface, but the root cause is metabolic. You can't cream your way out of an insulin problem. Women also notice the facial depuffing faster than men. Estrogen naturally promotes water retention, and high insulin amplifies it. Reducing sugar is honestly one of the fastest ways to see a visible change in your face. Now, we're in the final stretch, and this is where the deeper transformation becomes undeniable. Your belly starts to shrink, not just the bloat, though that's dramatically reduced, but actual visceral fat. The deep fat wrapped around your organs. Here's the key insight. Visceral fat is like a savings account your body refuses to touch as long as insulin keeps making deposits. Every sugar spike is another deposit. But after weeks of stable, low insulin, your body finally starts making withdrawals. Lower inflammation also means your cells respond better to leptin, your I'm full hormone. You eat a meal and actually feel done. That's a fundamentally different experience than what most women are used to. Many women lose 4 to 8 pounds in this phase: water, reduced bloating, and early fat loss, predominantly from the midsection. And here's why that matters for us specifically. Women store more visceral fat in response to cortisol than men do. Sugar keeps insulin high. Insulin keeps cortisol reactive. Cortisol drives fat straight to your belly. It's a loop, and removing sugar disrupts it at every single point. One note, if you have a thyroid condition like Hashimoto's, you may see results on a slightly longer timeline. That's normal. The trajectory is the same. Just give it a longer runway. All right, that's what happens inside your body. Now here's what you actually do. Step 1, choose your start date using your cycle. Begin in your follicular phase, roughly days 1 through 13. If you don't track your cycle, start the week after your period ends. You want the hormonal tailwind of rising estrogen behind you. Step 2, define sugar for this reset. Cut added sugars and artificial sweeteners. Keep whole fruit, 1 to 2 servings a day. Keep complex carbs like sweet potatoes and rice. This is a sugar-free reset, not a carb-free diet. That distinction is how most resets survive or fail. Step 3, build your craving killer meals for week 1. Every meal gets 25 to 30 grams of protein plus a healthy fat. chicken and avocado, eggs and olive oil, Greek yogurt with almonds, and meal prep 3 to 4 days ahead. Decision fatigue is where most women break. Remove the decision. Step 4, add the post-meal 10. Walk 10 minutes after your largest meal each day. It improves glucose uptake, lowers cortisol, and it's free. Step 5, track 3 things daily. Not calories. Rate your energy 1 to 10, note your skin clarity, and record whether you had afternoon cravings. By day 14, that log will show you patterns the scale never could. Remember that 3 p.m. feeling we started with? The one where your hand reaches for something sweet before you've even made a conscious decision? 30 days from now, that moment will feel different. Not because you've developed superhuman willpower, but because your hormones simply won't be asking for it anymore. Your dopamine has recalibrated, your insulin is stable, your gut bacteria have changed the agenda. The craving just isn't there. That's what freedom from sugar actually feels like. If you're starting this week, drop day 1 in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming videos. Good luck and see you in the next one.